Oh man, this is embarrassing.
We're putting the handsome Michael Ealy on the spot. And we've got the stories that define the week on People in 10. I'm Andrea Belke, bringing you everything you need to know about pop culture right now. We've got 10 minutes, so let's dive right in with the first 5. We're continuing to cover the aftermath of last week's Capitol riots on People.com. Here's just one update that you've been following closely. Olympic gold medalist Cleet Keller has been charged for his alleged participation in the riots that stormed the U.S. Capitol building. According to the New York Times, Keller was identified by former teammates and coaches primarily thanks to this video shared by Julio Rosas, senior writer for the conservative news site Town Hall. As seen in the video, the man who appears to be Keller was even wearing a U.S. Olympic team jacket with his face visible. He was not seen committing any violent acts on video and was wading through a crowd of rioters who were being pushed out of the Capitol Rotunda by law enforcement. Swimming news website SwimSwam reported that Keller's social media accounts had been deleted, but according to past posts, he was an outspoken supporter of President Donald Trump. Keller swam on behalf of the United States in the 2000, 2004, and 2008 games and won 5 medals during his Olympic career, including 2 gold medals with Michael Phelps as part of the 4x200 meter freestyle relay team. Moving on now to Princess Diana's ex, Hasnat Khan, who is breaking his silence to blast the BBC's Martin Bashir for his infamous Panorama interview with her.
Hasnat told the Daily Mail that one of Diana's most endearing qualities was her vulnerability, and Martin Bashir exploited that and manipulated her. Hasnat added that Martin persuaded Diana that he was respectable and pious. He claimed Martin, quote, filled her head with rubbish.
And Khan claims the effects of that interview lingered long after it was over.
Hasnat says that Diana later became paranoid with talk of bugs and phone tapping and began to believe that Prince Charles was even having an affair with her son's nanny. Hasnat says he noticed a shift in Diana, that she became suspicious of those around her.
Khan also tells the Daily Mail that his first impression of Bashir wasn't good.
Immediately after meeting Bashir in a pub with Diana, Hasnat said he told the world to be careful. He said that right away, Bashir started asking him personal questions that made him uncomfortable, like why they didn't get married. There was just something about Bashir he didn't like.
Khan's relationship with Diana began in 1995 and ended shortly before her death in 1997. All right, now onto the Instagrams you've been loving this week. When Michael B. Jordan does anything, he does it in style. People's reigning sexiest man alive announced his relationship with Lori Harvey this week by posting these moody photos on Instagram. The pictures were taken by creative director Leo Volsi, who regularly showcases his striking work with Michael and other stars on social media. Lori, meanwhile, made an announcement of her own, posting 2 more intimate photos also taken by Leo on her Instagram. And Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes had a treat for his pregnant fiancée Brittany, a new ride. Brittany posted these photos to show off the colorful interior, tweeting in part, "Nothing like waking up at 8 a.m. to a new car." Okay, we'll admit it, we're jealous. And we got our first glimpse of Emma Roberts' newborn son, Rhodes. She called her baby boy a bright light for her and boyfriend Garrett Hedlund, joking that Rhodes was the one thing 2020 got right. And brace yourselves for this one. Kerry Washington is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Save the Last Dance with this on-set throwback featuring Julia Stiles, Sean Patrick Thomas, and Garland Witt. And in case you missed it, Sex and the City is getting an update.
And just like that,
Sarah Jessica Parker announced the show's revival with this NYC-filled clip. Sadly, the reboot will go on without Kim Cattrall, who starred as Samantha Jones in the series. But Sarah Jessica shot down rumors of a feud, replying to a fan in the comments section, "I don't dislike her. I've never said that, never would." There's another Backstreet Boy baby on the way. Nick Carter and his wife Lauren are expecting baby number 3 in April, revealing their happy news exclusively to People.
It's amazing. We're so excited for it.
The pregnancy came as a shock to Nick and Lauren, who are already parents to 4-year-old son Odin and 15-month-old daughter Saoirse. In fact, they didn't find out about this baby until Lauren was already 5 months along.
I got kids, oh my gosh.
Previously, the couple revealed they suffered a miscarriage, but Lauren tells People she's actually suffered multiple pregnancy losses.
I've had 3, and so now with this 3rd child, I feel like all my children have come back to me.
And Nick can't wait to be a dad again.
I have always wanted to love somebody someone unconditionally. I am living my dream, and I am very grateful for that and very blessed.
I love you.
And finally, here's a bittersweet story you've been loving on People.com. This blind dog named Louie is looking for a home.
Louie is under the care of the Helen Woodward Animal Center in California, which says that he was surrendered to a pound after his owners decided to remove his eyes instead of treating an infection.
A medical checkup also revealed that Louie has old, untreated injuries, likely from being hit by a car. But now he is safe and in a loving foster home until he finds his perfect match. But the center does have some criteria.
They want to find a patient adopter who knows that Louie requires some special care. And overall, their main goal is to find an adopter who is willing to make Louie's transition to a life without sight as easy as possible.
And despite his past, the center calls him extraordinary.
Louie shows no malice to his humankind. He's just looking for that perfect family to love him like he certainly deserves to be loved after everything he has been through.
We are rooting for you, Louie. Now, let's move on to some screen time. I'm so excited because we are joined by Michael Ealy. He's joining us virtually. He stars in the new psychological thriller FATALE.
I have a marriage to protect.
You're afraid I'm gonna expose you to your wife?
Now, Michael, for these final 5 minutes of the show, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. For question number 1, I want 1 answer. For question number 2, you have to give me 2 answers, and so on. So first up, you play a successful sports agent in this film. So I wanna know, in real life, if you were a sports agent, which athlete would be your dream client?
Derek Jeter. With Derek Jeter, you had not only impacted the game of baseball, but impacted the city of New York, which is the Mecca. So it was just an ideal situation. Derek Jeter was like, I mean, he was a god in New York.
You and Hilary Swank are so great in this. There's passion, there's a lot of tension, it's really scary at times. I'm sure there were times you had to blow off some steam on set, maybe make some jokes to kind of lighten up the mood. It's a very heavy film, but also very fun at times. You know, this was filmed pre-pandemic, so things were a little different. But what are 2 ways that you would bond with Hilary when you were on set and you weren't filming?
Hilary and I realized we're both very silly. So we would goof off, you know, like whenever we could, in the club when we meet and all of that Vegas stuff, you know, that we had so much fun. And then there were other scenes where we just kind of goof off just to kind of break the tension a little bit.
You are one very convincing liar.
The thing about Hilary that people don't know is that she can be kind of a goofball, and that's kind of dope, and it's kind of fun to play with. You know, somebody who can be so intense and then just break. And I feel like we kind of bonded in that way.
Well, there's a point in the movie where your character pulls out all the stops to impress his wife. He's got the sexy music playing, he's cooking, he's talking about kids. But I want to know, in your real life, what are 3 things that you do to impress your wife and make her swoon?
Making my wife swoon is pretty hard. 1, I'll take the kids for like the whole day. That is like probably the number 1 thing I could do. Travel, you know, one of the things we love to do together is travel. And anytime we can imbibe another culture, you know, we're both pretty happy. Make her breakfast. That works.
What is the Michael Ealy special when it comes to breakfast?
Oh man, this is embarrassing. I can make an amazing parfait.
You mentioned you would take the kids for the day, which is something that you do to impress your wife. So it leads me to number 4. You have 2 adorable kids.
Thank you.
So I want to know, what are 4 events, milestones, or memories that you look forward to making with them in the year 2021?
For my daughter, I look forward to getting her into ballet class again. My daughter is big into ballet right now. And she likes to wear ballerina clothes, and she likes, you know, even, I mean, it's a lot. For my son, we do boys trips.
Boys trip.
Boys trip.
At least once or twice a year. And last year we went skiing, and over the course of 4 days, he learned how to ski. I'd love to be able to take him back so he doesn't forget what he learned in school. Going back to school with their friends would be incredible. You know, another family vacation.
All right, last up, getting back to your movie, what are 5 things that fans can expect from your movie, FATALE?
A dark tone from the beginning. expect that. They can expect the unexpected, meaning everybody thinks they know what's going to happen based on the trailer. And about 15-20 minutes into the film, you will understand very quickly that you don't know what's going to happen.
I don't have time to play games. So.
Well, then you shouldn't have come to Vegas.
Hilary Swank as the villain, as delicious and amazing as you might expect it to be, if not more. Sex, carnal sex. There's a lot of that. You can expect, you won't guess the end.
Thank you so much for joining us. And everyone, you can catch Michael Ealy in Fatale. It's available now in theaters and on premium video on demand. All right, time's up. See you next Thursday.